Happy Sunday and welcome to YAE Sundays with me, IndiaE. Ooh, child. You guys doing okay? A big week, a crazy week, another crazy week, I guess we can say. And of course, we are less than 2 weeks away from Thanksgiving for those who honor that holiday. And I wanted to get into just that the holidays. And holidays have always been very interesting for me, not in the best of ways. And but I've worked through a lot of that, and I'm of course now hoping to help others do the same. Before we get started, because I always forget this, you guys, please share, um, share. Senior moment. What? Share. Oh, get the notifications and subscribe. Okay. Y'all bear with me, honey, as I'm new to this digital world. Years ago, I had a podcast like um, before all of this YouTube stuff and all that kind of, expanded so tremendously. But it was not visual. It was on an audio platform. And so it was, just set up and structured differently. But that feels like 5,000 years ago now. It was from 2007 to 2012 that no, 2007 to 2019 that I did my podcast. So I'm not like new to the podcast game, but of course, this is the latest elevation and expansion of all of that. So, share, subscribe, and comment, of course, and get the notification so you can get the ding ding when YAE goes live. So, the holidays. Welcome to everybody who's coming in. The holidays. Wow, the holidays. Here we go. Of course, for everyday people, and I'm speaking primarily of people in America, but of course, I know we have viewers and listeners across the world. And let me just say again before we get started, a big thank you to everyone who has subscribed, left comments, checked out the store, bought a journal or a book or a mini guide, which we have more coming. And the YAE concept is expanding. So just know that we are here for the long haul. And this brand is rooted in, as I always say, educating, elevating, and empowering. And so that is what I am devoted and committed to doing. And we're in this phase of this process and brand. So I really want to thank all of you guys who are just riding side saddle with me here as we start something here, our community, our ecosystem, because there's a lot of noise and turmoil and disruption and all of that going on. It is really so vital to maintain and align mind frame, and mindset so that you're not just in a state of reaction, so that you are aware, number one, that you're not by yourself, and number two, that like no matter the obstacle, challenge, or noise, always know that you are exquisite. When I reference exquisite, because I have gotten, people like, like, what is she saying? Well, that to me is the pure essence of your infinite intelligence. I like to say, before the environmental conditioning, before the whatever you were born into. And again, I always say, if it was fabulous, if it was healthy, if it was nurturing, if it was balanced, God bless you. And I'm glad that you had that experience. That's what we all want and need. If it is anything other than that, which were my roots, a bit disjointed, dysfunctional, and wobbly, then then there is a process to realign and remember who we were before all of the chaos and the disruption and the dysfunction and all of that that we might have been born into. That was really not our fault, but it was our problem. And so we had to navigate somebody else's mess as best we could. And so when you become able to reestablish an alignment with yourself or establish for the first time an alignment with yourself, that is absolutely key and core to your soul and the purpose of you being here being able to bubble up and come to the surface. So what You Are Exquisite is about is clearing the emotional clutter, learning how to do that, learn how to, if necessary, unlearn what has not served you, will not serve you, will not serve you, and is not currently serving you. So to unlearn that unapologetically and to know that it's okay, that your fingerprint is yours, and don't waste your life trying to fulfill someone else's. So that's what You Are Exquisite is dedicated to, whether it's the books, the journals, the mini guides, the courses, the one on one sessions, one to many sessions. No matter what the product is, the goal is the same. To well, as my book says, to help you heal. So that's the goal. So basically, you can get on with your life and go on and be fabulous and do what the heck you're here to do, instead of wasting a bunch of time grappling with and navigating some environmental condition that really you really didn't have anything to do with. I mean, it's really not yours. It was the indoctrination by those who you were in the environment of, and then we just kind of adapt and adopt that without rejection, and we just end up living a pattern that is really not authentic to us and not aligned with who you actually are. So today's issue is the holidays, and I want to do this throughout the holidays. Um, the YAE Survival Guide like series, like throughout like the holidays. So we'll be dealing with that. I might have um a scheduling, thing, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be able to be here like every Sunday live, because it means a lot to me. And I want to be here for you guys, because the holidays have always been kind of weird for me, like always. It was kind of narrated from like the father not being there. And so, that's always like, it was just always it was just difficult. I mean, I'm just being raw, honest. And the holidays like were always difficult for me. So I never really did pretend that the holidays were some, just fantabulous experience. Like they've just kind of always been a little difficult. And I began, of course, writing and journaling and that kind of thing. Oh, no need to be sorry. I've worked through it. I mean, I'm good. Actually, working through it and writing about it has really helped. So, like, I'm good now. I really want to be here for other people who the holidays might be difficult for them. Okay. And so we'll go through a series of different issues, events, and concerns. And this first one today that I want to deal with is self-sabotage. I've always been fascinated with self sabotage. I believe that in this country, in the United States, I really believe we're going through um, a systemic self sabotage. I mean, like way beyond the personal level, like a geopolitical self sabotage. So I've always been fascinated with self sabotage, be it personal, professional, or hey, systemic geopolitical self-sabotage. So self-sabotage is it's always been kind of an interesting area of study for me. And in today's episode of YAE Sundays, I really want obviously for it to be intertwined with the holiday season. And of course, we have a lot of economic disruption going on in our country now. And even though um, there's a lot of um, I believe, deliberate distraction uh, 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 for people not to focus on that. But I saw reported recently, and I don't have the source, but over 1 million jobs have been lost in America in the very recent months. So this is not like a cumulative of a bunch of years. This is like truncated and consolidated in several months, and over 1 million jobs have been lost in this country. So clearly, that is going to have a ripple effect in terms of the holidays and the ability to um, uh, you know, come through as a slang term. So the holidays tends to make whatever you're going through like spike and be more intensive, whether it's good or bad, right? I mean, like, hey, like if you're rolling, if you're balling, hey, and you're doing great, the holidays are like, hey, like I feel great, I feel exuberant, you've got coin, you've got bag, and so, you're feeling great. And then on the other side of that baton, if you are economically distressed, then it intensifies that. So, how to stay aligned, no matter if it's really fabulous or if it's really, you know, effed. So, self sabotage tends to spike during the holiday season. And in my opinion, it's because there is a pressure um, to pretend like you're happy. Like everybody kind of pretends and puts the sequins on and the glitter and like the whole thing. And who doesn't love sequins and glitter? I mean, love it, got it, and have done it. So, so that's why I can kind of speak about it. So self sabotage tends to spike during the holidays because there's this expectancy to show up and come through. And so especially like with women are expected, well, women are expected to do this all the time, but especially during the holidays. Like, and I made some notes for so. Pardon me if I look away. But women are expected and in many ways pressured to be everything to everybody. Like if you're a woman out there, like, can you relate to this? Like, am I the only one? I mean, like to be everything to everybody, and especially during the holidays. But really, any day that ends with Y, women are expected to be everything to everybody. So the holidays only intensifies that. Women are expected to during the holiday season to like smile, even if you're not feeling that, to show up. We are expected to overdo it, and each and every one of these um categories, like I have, like I've lived this like subconsciously, because you do want to please your family, and you do want to host a big dinner, and you do want to do all of these things. That's like what it's about. But when you underneath it all are not in a good place and are suffering, then that becomes a sabotaging issue, event, and concern. women are expected to perform and frankly outperform 10 to 100 times, just on a daily basis. Women are expected to conceal any pain that we might be going through, like screw that, honey. The show must go on, and you need to be everything to everybody. Women are expected to be the strong one, and especially if you are a woman of color. If I had a dollar for every time someone says how strong black women are, which we are, obviously, but it's also expected of us to be so. And so self sabotage can become a release valve where you just say, okay, you know what? It's just easier to just please everybody and just do it. Like just host the dinner, just buy the gifts, just whatever the fill in the blank is. It's just better to you know, just do it. And so they'll shut up and I won't have to hear about it until next year. And so, and so to me, that's where the self sabotage comes in. I mean, I'm only being honest. I don't really play pretend. I've been there and done that. And playing pretend is just intolerable for me at this stage in my life. So um, I just bring it real, and if some don't care for that, um, that's fine. Live and let live. This is what I've experienced, and this is how I have worked through it. Really, by frankly just assessing the conditions of it and making the necessary edits where be and unapologetically at that. So pretending like drains when you pretend, um, that is an energy like vaporizer. I mean, it just dispels and retracts your energy. It's exhausting. I mean, it's just exhausting. Like pretending really, is just not the way. And once you figure out where in your life you are in a pretend mode and mechanism, because a lot of this stuff is knee jerk, what I call knee jerk. And so you just kind of do it, you know. We've been conditioned and indoctrinated, and somebody else's stuff has been projected onto you, and so you just naturally do these things without really personally assessing if said activity is in your best interest. And so that triggers the overspending, that triggers the other things which we're going to go through in the weeks ahead. So self-sabotage and the holidays don't mix. Self-sabotage doesn't mix with anything, but especially in correlation with the holidays. So if any of this um resonates with you, please know, number one, you are not by yourself. Um, um, Many people go through stuff during this period of time, but not don't necessarily speak to it. And I get it. You don't want to be, uh, uh, you know, um, the sour, energy, and so you just kind of tend to just go along, um, because you don't want to dampen the energy, and so it's very understandable. What I'm submitting is that we begin to work through these things quietly. Of course, I advocate for journaling. So, work through, break through, work through your stuff. Here's another journal: Know, Love, Live, Let. Say yes to your exquisite self. So whatever it takes, and however, whatever methodology you use to, as I put this back, whatever methodology you use to um, work through any low frequency energy that might be governing you. And so that is so important, not only for the holidays, but for just look, you are exquisite is a lifestyle. We don't turn this on and off uh, depending on what day it is and all of that. We educate our emotions, elevate our existence, and empower our exquisite every day. So these are mantras and life changing, life shifting, and life elevating strategies. And so when I come here on the YouTube and speak, about You Are Exquisite and the strategies within, um, it's to help you maybe see something that you don't see, or if you're here, like you do see, and you're wanting to work through stuff. So the holidays only amplifies whatever's already going on, but the You Are Exquisite systems and formulations, this is a lifestyle. This is not something that I can go, oh no, tomorrow I'm not going to do or whatever. No, I realize that when I look in the mirror, You Are Exquisite looks back at me like I am exquisite, period. I don't care what day it is. I don't care what month it is. I don't care what year it is. I don't care what's going on. I don't care who's in charge. I don't care, period. So this is a universality, spirit alignment that nothing, no people, no person, no person, place, or thing can penetrate, period. And so once you become aware, as I say, once you educate your emotions, elevate your existence, and empower your exquisite, you shift permanently. And so the as I said on the post last night on Instagram, the old tight shoe that you used to wear because it looked cute. I'm using that metaphorically, of course. That you used to wear, and maybe some people actually physically, because you thought the shoe was cute. So you're gonna shove your big 10 foot. I wear that. You're gonna shove your big 10 foot into an 8.5 shoe. I don't think so. So you're exquisite. If you wear the 10, the 11, the 12, the 13, whatever the hell it is, you wear it, you rock it. Period. So we don't pretend. So pretending is exhausting. Pretending is painful. And frankly, pretending is dangerous. And so when you are in that pretend mindset, mind frame, and when you have that pretend mind and methodology, you are completely separated from your aligned self. So alignment is authenticity. Like somebody left a message about my hair. For some reason, like my hair, like it gets a lot, I get a lot of messages about my hair. And um I love it. So I don't need glue. I don't need wigs. I don't need weaves. I don't need threads. I don't need, okay. So authenticity is alignment. So The hair is authentic to me, and therefore it is exquisite. I could care less what anyone thinks about it. It matters not. So that's what I'm talking about. Being able to authentically stand in your God given space and make the declaration authentically that is in your best interest. Period. That doesn't change due to the I don't care what location. No, no, that doesn't change. Time zone. No, no, time zone doesn't impact it. Table. Absolutely not. And so when you have that mindset and mind frame, that might make a few people uncomfortable. Good. I love it. If me being comfortable with me makes you uncomfortable, that's your problem. That has nothing to do with me. So becoming aligned and becoming aware of what is in your best interest as you move personally, professionally, romantically, financially, economically, politically. I really don't care what the category. That's why it's a lifestyle. It doesn't change. And to me, once you learn it, there's no going back. So be aware during this holiday season. Just be aware um, how you approach it. And are you pretending? Now, if you're consciously pretending, at least you're conscious of it. So I'm not gonna hate on that. If you're consciously pretending, you know you are pretending. Like you're like, I know I'm pretending. I'm gonna walk in here and fill in the blank, and I know exactly what I'm doing. Like that's real. I don't advocate for it. That's not my methodology. But if that's how you have to navigate, I understand it. But always know that that's not what you have to do. You are making a conscious choice to do that. But if you're subliminally pretending, if you're just knee jerking through life, you're just kind of a, conditioned zombie. That's what you need to check and become more in alignment with what is in your best interest, what is authentic to you. And as you educate your emotions, elevate your existence, and empower your exquisite, then pretending becomes less tolerable. Like I can't do it. Like as a performer, if I'm being paid a handsome amount of of money, I can act as I am an actor. I've done stage performance and all that stuff. So like I get it. That is pretending. Acting is that's another thing and this is so off topic, but it's amazing how like people like see people like act like they'll, perform on stage or in a TV, TV, movie, comedy, whatever, and they think that's them. But I find that so fascinating. Like they attach the character that they're playing to the actual individual who is playing the character. And they see the character in them. And they can't differentiate, like that's an actor who was acting a role, who was pretending a role on camera for a handsome fee. I just always found that fascinating. So there is a huge differentiation between pretending through your life as opposed to showing up authentically in your life, which takes me back to our original topic of self sabotage. Because if you are pretending, then you are in fact self sabotaging, in my opinion, consciously and or unconsciously. So it's just something to be very aware of. And I mean, I've written books about like self sabotage. So, like You Are Exquisite, goes into it. And frankly, don't beat yourself up. You're already beat up. That's the ebook, and it's on stan.store / IndiaE. It goes into all of that. So I've always been very fascinated with self sabotage because I self sabotage very young in my life, and there's always a reason why. Like there's always a reason, and so one has to peel the life layers back to establish that reason of the why. Like, why am I doing this? Why? Why the hell am I doing this? This is not working for me. Why? Why am I doing this? Whether it's personally, professionally, monetarily, hell, politically. Wow. I mean, have you guys been keeping up with the political news? What the hell is going on? Even though I'm not surprised by any of it. Uh it's I'm not surprised by any of it, honey. Okay. Um, but speaking of self sabotage, so yeah, the holidays tends to make that energy spike. So like, just be aware of it, and it's okay to give yourself a hug and say no, as we did uh, last Sunday. YAE boundaries, YAE style. And I have the mini guide, the YAE boundaries mini guide up on stan.store. So before you go buying a bunch of stuff or committing yourself, to a bunch of things, just check the boxes and see if all of that is in your best interest. Because as I said, women are expected to be everybody's everything. We're expected to smile all the time. We're expected to show up, overdo, perform, hell, outperform. I mean, we're expected to do like 100 times more than the other cat and take orders from them. Stop. I can't. We're expected to hide pain. We're expected to be the strong one, and then the self sabotage becomes a relief valve. I mean, it really does. It's like, boy, like I need a fill in the blank. I need a drink. I need the ice cream. I need to go shopping. I need to do something. You're actually just kind of using the self sabotage as a release valve because you're putting up with all of the other bullshit. So, pretending drains you, bottom line, and authenticity, like, it really like energizes you, and frankly, it protects you. So, just something to keep in mind as we go through the holiday season. We're going to be going through overspending, overeating, depression, like all the stuff that comes with, all of the glee and the joy and all that. And I mean, look, like that's fabulous. I mean, like who doesn't want to be, like full of cheer and, all of that. Um just make sure it's from your gut and spirit level as opposed to the surface level. So check out stan.store / IndiaE for the entire YAE ecosystem. If you find this content valuable and you think someone else could use this information, please share this content with them. I would love to hear from you guys. You can always message me at YAE Woman on Instagram and, of course, here on YouTube. YAE Sundays is live Sundays at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time right here on YouTube. And thank you guys so much. Thank you so much. I'm here for you too. I'm here for you too, Kenna. Hi, Miss Pamela. How are you doing? How are y'all doing? I am so. Let's see. What is it? What's the best way to transition to employed? To transition to employed to self sufficient. Um, you know what? Yeah, I will answer that. Get still and listen to your spirit whispers. The S3CR3T. Thank you, S3CR3T. I love that handle. Yeah, there's a lot of economic disruption ongoing. And so get still, and you have gifts, you have talents, you have skills that you are sitting on. Study up and bring those skills to the marketplace. And I know that there is like the self-doubt that comes with that. Crush the self-doubt, eliminate it. You have gifts, you have talents, you have skills. Now, a lot of those gifts, talents, and skills, they might come very easy to you and you might not recognize them. So what comes real easy to you? Are you mechanical? Are you technical? Are you creative? Do you know how to cook? Do you do hair? Do you design? Do like, can you take a jacket and like modify it and make it super fabulous? Whatever your skill set is, leverage the technology that you have access to today and monetize it. Package it, well, prep it first. Package it and present it to the marketplace. And that is literally my best. I mean, I literally did that. My trained profession is real estate. So and you'll be hearing a lot more about that coming up. As I was saying earlier, YAE is expanding, and so the brand is expanding into other areas. My trained profession is in real estate. However, as people in real estate is a very tough business, and I did it, and I'm very proud of that. But I did not want to continue in that capacity in that industry. And so I had to create my own lane. So, what's the best way to transition to employed and to self sufficient? Yes, listen to your soul whispers. For me, it was writing. Writing is what came. I've always written. like for decades, like literally every day. Like I'm literally writing something like every day, like for decades. As you can see, I've been around for a few minutes. So so that's like I've always done that. And when I realized that, oh, okay, like I love real estate, but the industry, not so much. So, so I had to create something that is viable, that is valuable, and present it to the marketplace. And so I'm not just suggesting this because it's a day that ends in Y. I'm submitting this to you sincerely. Because that's what I literally have done, am doing, and will continue to do. So whatever your skill set is, whatever your gifts are, whatever some people can illustrate. Some people can just draw. They can see a sunrise or a sunset. They can see a furniture piece or a car, and they can just get their sketch and go boom, boom, boom. I'm sorry, baby. That is a skill set. Everyone cannot do that. Now, you might think, oh, well, doesn't everybody do that? No, no, no. Everybody does not know how to do that. No, I can write, but an illustrator, I am not. So that sort of thing. Some people are very knowledgeable in technology, and clearly, the world is shifting in terms of technical viability and technical skills and things of that sort. So, what I would say S3CR3T is get still, go into like a meditative consciousness. You don't have to sit with the cross legs and and the puka beads, but and the sandals. But find a way to get still and figure out what it is you are good at, and begin to look at it uh, from a commercial standpoint instead of a recreational standpoint, and believe in yourself. So everything like that I write, it literally comes from my gut, my soul, my experience. So I'm not out here pontificating and all of that. So that's what I would say, and I have a feeling you're sitting on some skills. Oh, thank you guys so much. Yes, yes, yes. That's all right. No problem. No problem. YAE might not be for everybody. I get it. Like it's okay. Like it is like a big world out here. So my wish and prayer for those who, don't resonate with YAE is find what you resonate with and rock to that. So look, I just want to say a huge thank you to each and every one of you for taking your sacred time to sit with me and to engage with me, and you are exquisite. It means so much to me. And know that more product is coming, and You Are Exquisite is expanding, and we're going into other areas, and it is so exciting. So I just want to thank all of you for being here with me at the very beginning of this experience, and as we build our community. Please message me at YAE Woman, and let me know what you think about the books and the journals, and the courses and the sessions and all that. I really want to hear from you. I really want to hear from you. I read every comment, and some of them I respond if they if it's an engaging a commentary, and so I really want to hear from you. This platform is intended for you. So no matter the obstacle, no matter the challenge, no matter the noise, no matter the who, no matter the what, always know you are exquisite. You can find me at YAE Woman on Instagram and YouTube, of course. And please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification um, button. And if you find this content valuable, please share it with someone who might be, you know, going through a tough time. We are here for you. And I'll see you on the next video. And I'm IndiaE. You are exquisite.